Hello everyone, kmaxi here, and today I'm doing the entirety of the Order of the Grook quest with the voices of Wynn mod. There won't be any sound editing besides some music that will be added. So this is all just direct in-game footage. But now, just sit back and enjoy.
I really don't want to go. Hey, who are you? Do you not have any manners at all? Just running into my parents' house like that. Jeez. I oughta... well, maybe... Oh, I know! Here, go into my room real fast and grab that letter in there. Bring it to me when you do. I want to make sure it's the right one. Yep, that's the right letter. I hope you like school. My parents were super excited when that letter flew into my room. But magical school sounds so boring. I don't even want to learn magic. I just want to write my stories and play games. You can go instead. I know the picture on the letter is one of me, but you can... You can say you had a growth spurt. That should work, I think. Now go on. You should get out of here before my parents see you. I don't want them to find out I gave that letter away.
Hey, what are you doing all the way over here? This dock's broken. Oh, a student you say? Aren't you a little old to be learning fundamental magical knowledge? Well, if I could see your invitation letter then. This... Wow, you really look quite different than the picture. Did you get a new haircut? Well, no judging from me. Keep walking to the end of the dock. Have faith. Alright everyone, ready for a magical experience? We're headed to the Nexus. You've been told where to go. If you've forgotten, ask your fellow students. If you ever need to come back here, just walk out onto the dock again. Good luck now!
Through the wall, right? I hope my uniform doesn't get dirty.
Psst. Are you a student at Grookwarts? This is the way in. Do you see that weird looking dirt wall? Just run straight through. Don't tell any non-wizard folks though.
Hello, new students! Over here! Welcome to the island of Grookwarts. I will be guiding and helping all the new students. So all of you will be getting 2 vouchers each, and with them, you will need to buy 1 wand and a book or tome. You can find everything here around the docks. Choosing your materials is very important, so buy the ones that speak to you. When you're done, meet with Miss Una at the front gate!
Alrighty, fledgling Grooks. Seems like you all have your materials in order. You are now free to enter Grookwarts and begin your lessons. The door is just behind me. Walk on in.
Hush, hush. The speech will be soon. Hurry, take a seat. The banquet will be starting any second now.
Magical children of Wynn and Gavel alike, we welcome you here to our fair academy.
Oh lordy, the Headmaster. I didn't even see him come in. I don't see him at all, actually.
Well, I should hope you can see me now. All of you. Oh, what a splendid turnout this year. Apologies. I simply can't resist a bit of theatrics. But now, it is time to listen and learn, fledglingly Grooks. We knowledge mages and scholars, the Order of the Grook, are pleased to see each of you here, whether you be a young mind aching with curiosity, or an old hat looking to refine their knowledge. All seeking to learn magic are welcomed here. We expect great things of you. Now to business. You will write your schedules for the semester. Look down on your paper and write in what classes you wish to participate in. You will need to choose 4 classes, 1 from each category. The categories are elemental magic, practical magic, magical creatures, and types of magic. The schedule book is at the end of the table. Worry not, there is no limit on class size. If you wish to take it, you may take it. Just fill in what subject you want to take, and our guides will lead you to your classes. The elemental of nature and physicality. Now, choose a practical magic lesson. Artificing is a very useful tool for the burgeoning magic user. I'm fond of it myself. Now choose a magical creatures class. So you seek a broad spectrum of knowledge upon magicality. I wholeheartedly approve. Lastly, you must choose a magical type class. To learn of the corrupt...
I'll be leading you to your classes, everyone. Talk to me when you're ready to go. Alright, fledgling Grooks. Your first class begins in just a minute. Follow me. Here are the elemental classes. Step on in. Your magical journey truly begins here.
Now, all of you, sit, listen. Earth is an element of great power, versatile and ever-present, nearly as the air. Thunder provides force. Earth provides sheer power. The difference: force chooses its path, and power is force-directed. Earth is also the earth itself. Stone, metal, trees, and soil. Trees sway in the wind but do not break, and the mountains do not crumble. The Torito, steeped in earthly magic, are nearly invincible to all but themselves. It is proof of the earth's strength. The Dogons, they were masters of the earth and fire alike, shaping caverns to their will, and now nearly extinct, a terrible crime. But we shall honor them and move forward. We shall strike the earth and claim it to be our own. The tome directs the earth's force. Take it and utilize it to shatter the stones I summon. The darkest parts of the stone are weak points. Find them and learn the power of the earth. Remove the dark stone using your earth magic by right-clicking the tome. You know the Earth's power, fledgling. There is nothing more for you here. Go.
Take your seats, take your seats, take your seats! A marvelous batch of eager students today, almost as marvelous as the powers of thunder. Energy, pure, unfocused energy. Devastation, desolation, and industrialization all alike. Yes, yes, thunder is technical and versatile. Unreliable to all those who don't know how to rely upon it. To those dexterous of hand and mind. But woe, woe, thunder is reviled, reviled. Pure energy has no morality. If used for good, yes, yes, oh hum. But if used for evil, oh, burn the witch, burn, burn, evil they say. Pah! All magics are unaligned with silly concepts such as morality. They are pure chaos. But thunder, the element of energy and force, it seems ever so easy to use for evil. And evil has found it, corruption, demons, forces anathema to us. But knowledge in the way of force, and thus thunder, so terrible, terrible. And thunder mages feared. And then, joyous day, the Corkians arrived with their marvelous machines and their electro-magic. Thunder controlled, thunder tamed, the wonder of it all. Electro-magic makes handles crank, gears spin, metal move, gives sheer stones the power to think and to plan. A Corkian original. And a splendid, splendid development reintroduced. And so you shall see for yourselves electro-magic at work. You will control thunder and electricity and make the machines bend to your will today. Today, this shocking day. The mechanism is behind me now. Come up, come up. See the power of thunder. Shackled by our whims. Won't you, student? Thunder tamed, thunder shackled, and your magical wings unbound by such petty concepts, student. What a show! Expand your knowledge even further, further. Your task is complete, and your next awaits.
Good to see a decent turnout this year for my class. Too dangerous? Pah! You can take this just fine. Anyways, the Fire Element class. Many misunderstand just what fire stands for, but after today, you will leave with courage in your hearts. Fire is, of course, related to physical fire, magma, etc., etc. A burning torch is a source of fire magic, but that is not the only source of it. Courage, bravery, and defensiveness are also tied to the fire element. Those stalwart and selfless, willing to sacrifice themselves for others. In addition, although water is tied to healing magic, fire is tied to self-healing. Regenerative capacity, if you will. Many fire-based artifacts heal the user passively. And while they are on the verge of extinction after a war in the Molten Heights, the Dogan species used to embody fire and earth magic alike. It is a shame what happened to them. Unfortunately, it is also notable that corrupted creatures are often connected to fire by the nature of the corruption seeming to bring heat wherever it goes. But aside from that, on to our practical test. You will all come up to me and hone your courage. I will be lobbing fireballs at the wall behind you. You will need to destroy the fireballs before they hit the wall by attacking them directly. If you are hit, it counts as a failure. Now, let's get started. Are you ready? Summon your bravery! Okay, Grook, I hope you're ready. Let's start with one fireball. Go! Okay, Grook, I hope you're ready for another test. Now with 3 fireballs. Go! Okay, Grook, I hope you're ready for the final test! With only 5 fireballs. Go! Well done, fledgling Grook! Continue to sharpen your instincts. You'll be a fine hero someday, I am sure of it! Dismissed, student. You may leave. Now, do I have any volunteers for the next round?
All right, class. The sooner we start, the sooner we finish. So everyone, take your seats. You'll be getting up soon enough anyways. Moving right along. Air. You're breathing it. We're surrounded by it. But ain't you know what it's all about yet, so pay attention. Air is the element of freedom, speed, wind, and agility. If you're trained well in agility, attacks'll seem like they just phase through ya. But over and above that, 'cause of air's ever-presence, it's one of the most versatile kinds of magic in existence. People use it in all sorts of ways. Over in Gavel, the Bantasu air monks have managed to extend their sight by the wind. They use this to help guide folks who get lost in the canyon over there. Many winged sorts of creatures are tied to air, but not all of them. Some air magic users just straight out float. Now wouldn't that be nice, eh? Due to their tenuous physicality, souls and spirits are also often related to air magic. Makes you wonder if you could just blow a ghost out the window. And finally, some old tales of a woman who crossed the sea before it was calmed using air magic to fly. It's just an old legend, but an interesting one. Now, on to the practical test. It's time to get those bones a-shaking. You'll be running an obstacle course I have set up, but with a twist. Everyone up to the table. You'll need this feather with you to get through. It'll help you jump higher. The goal is to grab 3 crystal balls I put in the obstacle course. Once you find them, bring them to me. The course is behind me. Shake a leg now. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Yes, indeedy. You got through that pretty quick. Now, if you'll just hand me back that feather you got there, then you'll be all done. Congrats, little Fledge. You finished this class. Now, Get along to your next one.
Ah, wow. Everyone sure got here quick. Welcome, welcome. The water element class is certainly an interesting one, I'd hope, because water doesn't just pertain to, well, water. It also is the element of knowledge and pure magicality. Water is sort of a magical default, if you will. If it isn't focused on one element or another, magic ends up being water-based. Learning about the water element and expanding your horizons can allow you to cast spells easier, control the flow of magic better. You see? Most aquatic creatures are tied to water, though creatures that live in icy or snowy environments are too. Often, they are connected to air, but not always. In addition, many holy artifacts are enchanted with water magic. Something about how it's a pure type of energy, I believe. Lastly, healing abilities are bolstered by water magic. Just knowing magic, well, doesn't help. But actually having artifacts changed with water magic can increase healing capabilities. Now, for your test, I have a test. Anyone who wants to try it first, just go up and start. Good work there. I hope that wasn't too boring with all of my talking. Now, who's next? And is it really cold in here for all of you too? Or is it just me?
Moving swiftly on, the next class is just across the way. Follow me.
Alright everyone, take a seat but don't get comfy. You will be getting up soon. Hope you brought your reading glasses. See, I'll be giving you a short primer, then sending you out for your practical exercise, since I have all this written down already. The basis of this class is that many materials, whether you know it or not, are inherently magical in some way or another. If you want to be an artificer, you need to know how each one works. Thankfully, the field of artifice is a very popular one, so there's a wealth of knowledge out there of magical materials and how to use them effectively. Heck, Wynn soldiers are cobbling together rings out of copper and old spider silk, so you know this sort of thing is easy to get into. Tough to master though. For those intimidated, you don't need much crafting knowledge for this class. You'll be reading up on everything you need to know in the back. You all will be crafting a magical amulet using different items. I've got stockpiles in the back. Everyone will be crafting a different kind of necklace. Here's a note what you should craft. Once you have all the materials you think you need, come to the crafting table. It's enchanted, and we'll craft the item for you if you have what you need. That's the ticket, student. If you're interested in learning more, you could probably find my books in most libraries. Your feathers are coming in just nicely, fledgling. You can scoot off to your next class now. Okay, class, everyone take your seats and listen up. This class is going to be interesting. As you know, this class is all about magical effects, specifically those tied to various materials, and how they'll affect you. This is going to be a hands-on learning experience, so those of you with weak constitutions may request to skip the demonstration if you're concerned for your health. If you read my books, you know about quartz, and how dangerous it can be if overcharged. So, of course, we have an overcharged sample here so you can feel the signs of it. It may be explosive, but it will be in a controlled manner. The worst that will happen to you is your face will get a bit dusty, or your glasses will fall off. Magical crystals, as we have to my left here, can be charged with all kinds of different effects. This is an incredibly valuable aspect for artificers. Depending on its formation, they can have natural effects as well. These crystals were found in Gavel's floating islands. And, well, let's say it's difficult to keep it in its case. Our last sample is of cosmic material, and if you're sickened easily, then don't examine it. Its effects are mostly unknown. But one thing's certain. It's dangerous to be exposed for long periods. Now, each of you will go behind me and examine and interact with each of the 3 samples provided. Once you've done so, then you can leave. Hands-on training is the best way to learn after all. Well done! How did that feel? Personally, the void sample is the most interesting to me. You may now leave the classroom.
There's a bit of a walk to your next class. Follow me. These staircases were supposed to move, but that was too much work to put together apparently. They're a pain to navigate, aren't they?
Alright, fledgling Grooks, time to hit you with all the info you're really here for. Wybels, pronounced like nibble, they're a rather popular pet nowadays, but you all knew that. You want to know where they came from. The explanation that we got was that they lived in the Arms region, and when it split open, they eventually burrowed onto the surface of the Sky Islands. But no one actually knows for sure. That means that they could be anything. What could lie beneath that veneer of fluff and playful demeanor? Oh, speaking of fluff, their woolly fur never actually stops growing. Ever. And neither do their hooves, their horns, or their teeth. They shed often. These materials have innate magical energy to them, stable like lodestone and reliable like quartz, but not as powerful as either. Interesting that a fluff ball has that potential. Wibble fluff is also able to be boiled, and it turns into a sticky molasses-like substance. It's used for candy, and it's very popular. But it's all poison! It's poison, I tell you! Wibble meat is horrendously inedible. It'll give you the worst stomachache of your life. The candy makers are feeding us death! And the worst part is, if too much fluff gathers up in one spot, another Wibble appears! They reproduce by budding, growing out of lint and dust. It's a no-win game they're making us play. Wibbles do have some good use though. They can sniff out sources of cosmic magic, like a pig sniffs out truffles. Sometimes they even try to take it home. It's almost like they miss it somehow. It's almost like they might be from outer space. It's almost like they bring insanity-inducing things into our houses on purpose. They're here to kill us all, I swear it. How else would you explain a Wibble vaporizing a group of poachers? 10 colours of Wibble, every one of them rotten evil. Everyone says there's only 9, but we know the truth. There's a 10th out there, an ultimately powerful one that wants us all gone. Pray you never see it, kids. Anyways, my lesson's safe from all that. All you have to do is reorder these plush Wibble toys on the stand. You figure it out once you're up here. Alrighty, fledgling, good job. You're armed with the real truth now. Go on to your next class.
Hello, students. This is your Magical Creatures class, and I will be your instructor. Different species have different levels of innate magicality. This is often an invisible aspect of the species. You must never assume. To begin with, Dogons. They are ancient creatures, artificial seeming at first. Despite this, they are highly adept at earth and fire-based magic. Able to quite literally move mountains, it is theorized that they were the ones to carve out the inside of the molten heights into the caves we know today. Tales also tell of their utilizing demonic energy for various purposes. However, we are only able to assume their magical energy from dwarven tales, as they are nigh extinct. Moving on, the term greenskin is a catch-all for trolls, goblins, orcs, ogres, and hobgoblins. Some include Gerts into this definition, though by technicality they are separate. Though many greenskin societies have mystical practices, the only known way for them to utilize magic is through artifacts. They've little magical potential. Meanwhile, villagers are of the opposite persuasion. High magical potential, often unrealized out of laziness. Humans are often thought of as more magical than villagers, due to Fruman's soldiers seemingly to know some magic innately, but this is untrue. Dwarves have a similar level of magicality to humans, but like villagers, it often goes unrealized. Their culture values physical strength more. It is theorized that the reason for this is due to their distaste for the demonic energies of the Dogons. They reject their magical potential often, such that it is lessening over time. Inversely, elves have a deep connection to their magicality. Despite their reclusiveness, they are known for their open share of magical energy within their own society. The outcast elves of Ephelum have shared their connection to what they refer to as the light. This connection is supposedly unfathomable, but guides them and protects them. Now, we will see if you were paying attention. You will come here and order the societies I have referred to in this class from least magical to most. Correct, student. Thank you for paying attention. No one ever seems to in this class. You may go.
Next class is actually rather close. Just follow me.
Welcome in, guys and gals. We're learning about nature magic today. There's two main ways of using nature magic, shamanism and druidism. Two sides of the same coin, man. Druidic practices tend to deal with healing more and nurturing. When life's created, it gives off energy, and druids use that energy for their magic. Shamanic skills are a lot more direct, man. They take the life from other things and use that to do their stuff. It's way more varied than druidic magic. Each has its ups and downs, man. Druidism is chill and helpful, but you can really expand your mind with shamanism, buddies. Either way, it's all about equivalent exchange, you see? You can't get something from nothing, man. Either make life or take life. But it's not picky about what life you take, man. A good shaman takes from plants and animals, not people. Don't be a sly car, kiddos. He asked for human sacrifices, but he lived in the jungle, man. Like, what the hey? He could have done anything else. Anyways, our test today, little buds, is to practice some shamanic skills. We got a sick cow in the back, and you're gonna nurse it back to health. You'll need to sacrifice some old Grooks, but it has to be just the right amount, man. The practice is through the door behind me. When you think you have the right amount, activate the altar and see your results, man. You may now leave. Groovy work, man. You're at one with nature. Your feathers are all grown out, man. Time to head out.
I was hoping for a smaller class size. Corruption is incredibly dangerous. It'll be tough to keep so many students safe. If anyone wishes to leave, you may. Now, corruption is a force of nature, of some description. Yes, you heard me right. We don't actually know much about it. Even though it's plagued the Wynn province for 1,000 years, the way it behaves is so incredibly alien in nature that it's nigh impossible to study. We know it raises undead bodies. The working theory is that the more heavily injured a target is, the more susceptible they are to being corrupted. And, well, you can't exactly get more injured than dead, hence the growth of zombies and skeletons and all over in Wynn. It appears to spread by a complex root system. A scientist from Nesaak, Oracle, has studied this. The corruption spikes appear to spread it in greater concentration. As for the effects on your person, most often paranoia and anger are seen, and that's about the only consistent thing with it. It affects everyone slightly differently. The worst part is that practically every single thing we've touched on here is conjecture and theory crafting. The force of corruption is terrifying. The only thing we know for certain is that powerful ice-based magic can halt corruption, as seen in the Nesaak region. Now the dangerous part. Everyone, come up to my desk here. We'll examine a corrupted creature in a controlled environment. We have one in captivity, and its cage is reinforced with the strongest metals we have. So, dear God, let it be enough. Bringing it out now. Be sure to back up. We don't want anyone caught in the crossfire here. One thing to note about undead corrupteds, they can't be cured. You can weaken them, but that's about it. Wait, why is it spreading here? It's never done this before. Everyone, back up now! As you can see, corruption is very powerful. Can anyone get another teacher or something? Wait, no, it's corroding the bars. Everyone, run now! Get out of here! Class dismissed! No, student, I said run! Don't fight that thing! Get out! Dear Lord, that was awful. Student, I can't believe you were able to kill that thing. Class absolutely dismissed. We've got to cancel this class. It's far too dangerous for the students.
That's all 4 classes. I hope you found them magically enriching. Now, off to the graduation hall. It's the room all the way at the bottom of the stairs. Hurry, don't hold up the ceremony. It won't start until everyone's there.
Take a seat. The ceremony is starting. And so your teachings, or at least their basics, have ended. Your magical feathers have started to grow. You have all been performing very well during your classes today. I've had quite a bit of praise from the teachers being passed around. But now, for your effects. You shall not go unrewarded. You will leave here with more than just knowledge. Your tools have shaped your minds, subtly but inexorably. And so with that, what you leave with today, both in mind and in treasure, shall be different for each of you. Let us start with you. Please come up to the stage. There is a reason I've called you up first, you know. Recall what I said about old hats earlier. Don't think we didn't notice the armor, or the weapon, or the grim countenance. But no need to worry. Those who truly have the drive to become learned in the ways of magic, no matter who they are, will always find their way here and be accepted. A shame about Sesam, but not to worry. Now, hand over your materials, and you'll receive your rewards. And there you have it. Your feathers are grown, and you can spread your magical wings. Good luck on your adventures, Wynn Soldier.
Thank you so much for making it to the end. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and join the Discord server of Voices of Wynn down below. Bye, see you next time.